Hi Stampin' friends! I have a little Easter basket to create with you today. This is made with the Gingham Gala 6-inch square designer series paper that comes in these 5 great colors. Okay, and just so you know, if you're watching this close to the release date of this video, that's February 28th, 2019, that paper is available now. It was on back order for quite a while, but it is available now. And I would also point out this shreddy material, we called it Ready Shreddy, is on the clearance rack from last year. So you actually get a big pack of 3 colors, and I'm using the white right now, but there's a great silver and berry burst as well for $3. So I just want to point that out. Again, just because this Gingham Gala paper was in short supply for a while. Okay, so let's get started. To make the basket, all we need is a 3 3/4 inch square of cardstock, and then 2 1/2 inch by 11 inch pieces of coordinating cardstock. So we're using the Grapefruit Grove. This time around, all of these colors are really cute for the basket. And then of the Gingham Gala paper, 2 2-inch strips. Okay, so these are 2 inches by 6 inches. And we're gonna take that square and score it 1/2 inch from each side. All right, so the scoring is at 1/2 inch and 3 1/4 inch. And I'm turning it and scoring it again, 1/2 inch and 3 1/4 inches. All right. And then to make the bottom, here's one that's emptied out in Lemon Lime Twist. See how cute all the different colors are. The bottom of the basket is a little tray made from this piece. And to create that, I'm just going to trim, instead of just trimming the score line, I'm actually going to take out a little wedge there along that score line, just so that it's very easy to fold up. None of the hard corners get in our way. And I'm doing that on both sides to make this tray. Okay, and just burnish those score lines. And we'll keep in mind that the inside of the tray kind of shows because it's the inside of the basket, and the outside of the tray does not show. So when we form these corners, we're going to put these tabs that we've created to the outside of the tray. Okay, so I'm just taking fast fuse. Use whatever you like for 3D projects. I keep using my fast fuse until I'm gonna run out of it, you know, because it's not available anymore. But I do love it for my 3Ds. Okay, and like I said, form these corners, just true them up to you know, nice 90-degree corners, and put those tabs to the outside of the tray on each corner. All right. And then we are going to take, well, that's not quite a 90 here. Let me get that squared up a little better. Okay, we are going to take our pieces of Gingham Gala, and looks like, okay, so these are going to go around the basket, but since this is only 6-inch paper, you're going to need 2. They're going to overlap on each side by about 1/2 inch, and I was just checking, the plaids kind of match up the way I have it cut, so doesn't really matter. Top and bottom should match up nicely no matter which way I go. I'm going to add my tear and tape just along that bottom edge. Keep it within the bottom 1/2 inch because that's what we're going to attach to the tray. And then reveal the adhesive on both of those pieces. Okay, now I use my grid paper a lot to find dimensions, and this is a 2 3/4 inch tray. So the halfway is 1 3/8 inch, and I'm just kind of centering this so I can see my tray is 1 3/8 inch on either side of this line, and that way I know I want to start my paper close to the center there. I'm going to start a little to the left or over to the side of the center in this case, because there will be some overlap. And I'm just locating the bottom edge of the paper along the bottom edge of the tray. Okay, and I'm going to, all right, I've got it a little low here. Let me just carefully pick that up. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to turn a hard corner here and force that bottom edge of the designer paper to line up with the bottom edge of the tray again. I don't mind having a little fold there, but I'm not going to fold it all the way up, right? Because the basket looks cute when it's rounded out like that. Okay, and then I'm going all the way around to the other side. And see how we're ending a little bit to, you know, a little bit past what would be the center line there. So now we're going to start with the next piece. Overlap there slightly. I'm just going to overlap so that the pattern matches, since we can. I don't know if it'll work out perfect on the other side, but it's pretty good. Okay, and then again, just take this strip all the way around the bottom of the tray, forcing it to kind of line up along the bottom edge. I can, even though this is tear and tape, if I'm really careful, I can go back a little bit if I'm off. And we're ending there. That's pretty good. Okay, so these edges are not connected. I'm just going to put a little adhesive down there so that they stayed closed. It's kind of tough. I've done it before on a similar project where we try to put some tear and tape in there too. But sometimes it's hard to get that connected while connecting the bottom. So I'm just going to add a little glue in there for now after the fact. Okay, now we're going to take one of these 1/2 inch strips. This is a 1/2 inch by 11 inch. It is not going to quite meet when I'm going to take this around the top edge. But I didn't want to necessarily use a 12 inch piece of this paper because I feel like sometimes we don't always have the 12 inch available. And the 11 inch you'll see does pretty good. We're going to cover up where there's a tiny little gap. I've got tear and tape again along this whole length of the 1/2 inch by 11 inch piece of cardstock. Now, in this case, I'm going to start a little bit short of the center line because I know as I end on the side, there's going to be a little gap here between the ends of my strip. And then I'm going to cover it with the handle piece, okay? So I'm not going to have any overlap. I'm actually going to have a gap, so I'm starting to the right side this time of the center line. And I'm going to take this strip as carefully as I can and force it to match the top edge of my basket. If anything, I'm going to err on the side of having it a little too tall. So that it sticks up above the basket. But you'll see how it comes together. It almost meets, okay? Because this is 2 3/4 on each side, and it adds up to 11. But you know, it just barely comes together there. But what you can do now, we're going to make a handle piece out of the other 1/2 inch by 11 inch piece. And so I am going to, first of all, I know I want a little curve in this, so I'm taking my bone folder to train that a little bit into a curve. And then I'm going to have sticky tear and tape. I often call it sticky strip, sorry, from the old days of that red sticky strip. That was so hard to peel and cut. Anyway, just a little bit of this tear and tape here on each end. And then, like I said, we're going to, you can find the center point again if you want, and try to get this exactly centered, but definitely above all else, cover up that little gap. Okay, see how perfect that looks? And we were able to use the 8.5 by 11 paper, which is, I don't know, in my craft room, that's always handier. Okay. So there we have the basket. Okay, so you could decorate the basket more. Like, I think it would be cute. You could decorate it with flowers. I love to make these little picks, okay? And we have this great set called Best Bunny and a coordinating, I think it's called Bunny Builder Punch. Anyway, these come bundled in the annual catalog. This is a stamp I would definitely recommend you mount so that it matches the punch. Okay, if you don't know how, let me just, I don't want to unmount it, but what I did is I made a punch shape on a piece of cardstock, and then I laid these stamps upside down into those openings. All right, and once they were all laid in place, I picked them up with my block. Okay, so now the result is I can ink up this whole block with my memento. And here's a little bunny face. Let me put that in too. Might as well get that all. I've also colored with, I just have my dark flirty, no, I'm sorry. I meant to use my light Flirty Flamingo blend. I'm just gonna touch a little color into the ears here and onto the cheeks. And I can punch that out. And let me tell you, if you're punching heads individually and bodies individually and all of the pieces separately, it takes a lot longer. But there we have like all of the pieces ready to assemble into a bunny. All right, I haven't used the tail on this project. I'm going to set that aside because instead of watching me create that, I do already have a bunny made. All right, so I put those pieces together to make this bunny, popped up my little egg. My egg shape is a piece of the Brights designer paper pack cut with, this is a framelit from Candles and Confetti from the annual catalog. So look through your things and find where you have like a cute little oval. There were some other ones I found too, but this is current if you need it. Find something. Your bunny could be holding anything. It could be holding a heart or a present or anything. But this cute little egg is popped up, and then I added the hands to the top of the egg. And I have already cut a stitched Grapefruit Grove circle. This is just under 2 inches, and then a scallop one, which is just about 2 1/4 inches. And I'm going to mount it on, I have these bamboo forks. I got them at Target in the aisle, like with the paper plates and toothpicks and things. I like to make these as picks. So I'm just going to take a glue dot and put one on either side of this, I don't know, the paddle end of this. And then I'm going to put my circles on either side of that. And then I've got this bunny that I've already created. I will mount to it with dimensionals. And okay, if you happen to have that celebration ribbon that went with this paper, that would be really cute too. But I also found, since that got in short supply too, this Granny Apple Green is such a great spring color. It looks so great with all of these colors. Okay, so I'm using that, and I might even like that better because it's a nice big thick ribbon and it really shows up. So it looks great with all of those Gingham Gala patterns. And then there you have it. So then you just need to fill your basket. Okay, I got the shreddy here. And, you know, add the candy and stuff. And there you have it. Okay, so I hope you'll give that a try. Please visit me at buckeyeinklings.com. If you need any of the supplies, I would greatly appreciate you shopping with me. I love to bring you these projects, and there are more there on my website in pictures and not videos. So check out buckeyeinklings.com. Thanks for watching.